Had a wonderful weekend so far here in northern Michigan. What my late grandmother Tillotson used to call God's country. We've been blessed with great weather this weekend, which is wonderful. I'd like to start by complimenting the bridesmaids as well as the Reverend for looking absolutely smashing this evening. Rightly outshone only by the beautiful bride herself. Steve looks like plain old Steve. What can I say about my brother, who's been such a wonderful friend? First, I'll say he endured more than his share of lumps from his big brother over the years. Most big brothers can probably describe a gradual transition where over time they came to view their little brother as a peer and an equal over time. However, for me, this came in one defining moment. One summer during my college years and Steve's high school years, there was one day when we were out in the water off the end of the dock in Walloon Lake. And Steve was in a bad mood for one reason or another. So I decided to cheer him up by splashing water in his face and pushing him around a little bit. And to my chagrin, he had been involved in the wrestling team in high school that year, and he quickly pinned me under the water. As I contemplated the early stages of drowning, I realized that the days of being able to provoke my little brother for my own amusement were over. That's it. So, ever since that day, I've been thinking about how to get him back. Tonight is my chance. Most of you know Steve is a manufacturing engineer for Dart Manufacturing. He goes to work willingly and enthusiastically. Last night, you also heard about some of his educational achievements. However, he wasn't always so enthusiastic about all these things. On his first day of kindergarten, you know where this is going, my first day of 5th grade, Mom joined us at the bus stop in the morning. As the big yellow bus approached, Steve began to get visibly upset and agitated. Soothing words were powerless to prevent the eruption of another one of Steve's legendary temper tantrums. The situation escalated into a battle royale, with Steve clutching the edges of the bus door, his body horizontal as we dragged him onto the bus, and I restrained him in the front seat. Since this was one of the last bus stops, the bus was full, and you can imagine the reaction of a bus full of elementary school students to the spectacle, which was mostly laughter. So I defended my little brother's honor by laughing right along with him. This didn't help the situation. But our mother was so traumatized that she called the school to make sure he was okay. But actually, as soon as the bus made the first turn around the corner, he was perfectly fine, and the rest is history. And you also heard last night how Steve always liked to climb things and show off while doing so. When he was 4 years old, and also while he was in kindergarten, he engaged in what was probably his first attempt to impress a girl. He was playing with little Stacy Irving in her yard around the block, and decided it would impress her if he tried to tie his shoes while sitting on top of a fence. He attempted to do so, but promptly fell off the fence and fractured his right arm. Since this was his riding arm, our parents nearly held him back a grade, but he took it like a man and cowboyed up to those kindergarten riding lessons. So it took him nearly 27 years to do it, but he's gone from laying in the dirt with a broken arm to his greatest achievement of all, Nicole. One hell of an accomplishment. I'd like to share just one observation that convinced me these two are perfect for each other. It was touched on somewhat last night, Many in our family are cursed with what you might call night owl habits. We stay up late, sometimes working, sometimes not, and then pay for it the next day, over and over and over again. Steve had this affliction as bad or worse than anybody in our family until he started dating Nicole. So while Nicole has brought great happiness to Steve in many ways, I noticed shortly after they started dating that he stopped sending emails at 2 o'clock in the morning. This is a very good thing. Grandma Drake also observed that Steve started getting up early. So I noticed that. So congratulations, Nicole, you cured him. I'm very proud that you're now part of our family. Let's raise a glass to Steve and Nicole. May you both celebrate your 65th anniversary, just like Jerry and Martha have. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah.